Merry Christmas, everybody. As you know, the Bombardier has a tradition of a Christmas message going back to Victorian times, and this year is, of course, no exception. But what a year, because my year has completely changed. Because in March, Dave Benifer approached me on behalf of Mark Allen's family and asked me to take Mark's funeral service. And to be fair, it changed my life. In fact, I'm almost crying saying this, and you know the Bombardier, since he's on so much Prozac, doesn't cry very often, but it did. It changed my life. I like to thank Dave and Ruth and Helen, and of course Bet and Bob, for trusting me with that wonderful occasion of celebrating the life and the fun that Mark Allen brought to the world. And very shortly after that, Shane Mousley approached me and asked me to do a funeral service. Now, as you know, I've done funeral services for family and friends for 20 years. But over a period of about 2 seconds, I decided to close my business of 44 years and start a funeral services business for other than family and friends. And as a result, my income has fallen by 90%. So if the Inland Revenue is watching this video, be prepared. But my job satisfaction has risen immeasurably, absolutely immeasurably. And to describe it as a job is completely wrong, because it's a vocation. It gives me an opportunity to celebrate people's lives and bring the cult of positivity to the rest of the world. And there is nothing more satisfying than seeing a next of kin, a very, very upset widow or a child smiling at the end of one of my services. And that's all I'm going to say, because it is Christmas and this is a positive message. So I'd like to thank all my lovely friends for putting up with me, not least my wonderful Bożenka, and her family and everybody over there in Poland, of course, Dora and Tony. And we had a wonderful holiday in Yorkshire this year. Sadly, I got a cold, but these things happen. Of course, Sally, my sister Sally, and my brother-in-law Graham. I'd like to thank Graham particularly for his accurate cricket prognostications, and Sally for the biscuits, the bread, the sandwiches, and of course the chat, and for putting up with me practically every week after my radio show. Of course, I couldn't not mention Hannah, Sarah and Ariadne, and of course Chester, my beloved Chester. What a lovely dog he is. And I'll be seeing them very shortly. And on the subject of families, Dennis and family, who treat me like I'm a member of the family, particularly on Sundays when I cook them breakfast. But no, joking apart, I adore them. And Morris, the cockatoo. No, he's not a cockatoo, he's a parakeet. Sorry, Morris, I got your wrong species there. And of course Millie, who is a Labradoodle and is absolutely wonderful. And got to mention the church, Christine and Lester, and the All Saints community who've made me part of their community, and of course everyone in Kirkhallam, where I've done the auction for the new organ. And I'm not going to make any jokes about whipping out your organ in the church, because you've all heard them. I'd like to thank the lovely Anya for our mad conversations and about words and language, and sometimes about what's his name? Message. Oh, message. That's my phone doing that. Oh, I nearly lost my space there. Yes, John Kennedy, that's right, president, the 39th president, or was he 39 years old? I've forgotten now which. And of course, my dear Julie, who still puts up with me. And on the subject of the radio show and the cult of positivity, I'd like to thank my listener, Pete the painter. Watch the lyrics, Gaz, brackets 1 and 2, all my amazing friends in the real world, and by which I mean, of course, Facebook, and all over the world, and all sorts of people. You all know who you are, and you all know how much you mean to me. So that's the Bombardier's Christmas message for 2017. I shall now get my guitar and give you a rousing rendition of Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya, oh Lord, kumbaya, oh kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya, oh Lord, kumbaya, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya, oh Lord, oh, that's it. Happy New Year.